pennies. Sweat, jomant kensak. Sweat, jomant kensak. A nickel. A nickel, we say, na no jomant kens. For that nickel piece, na no jomant kens. Five pennies. Same with the dime. That one dime, we say, meta so jomant kens. Jomant kens. For that dime. Two nickels would be niche na no jomant kensak. Niche na no jomant kensak. Two dimes. Niche meta so jomant kensak. 25 cents a quarter. That one piece of metal quarter, we call that niche shilling. Niche shilling. And that's I think this is a Anishinaabe and English word together, mixed together, because shillings is what they used to call money back in the day when they first came here. Niche is two. So two of those shillings. Niche shilling, 25 cents. 50 cents optowabik. That's what the word we use for optowabik. It means half a medal. Half a medal. Beshgowabik, $1, one medal, and it goes on. $2 Nishwabik, $5 Nanwabik, $10 Medaso. I say Medaso Wabik, but some people will say Medaswenasowabik. I think I used that down here somewhere too. So I want to say 14 pennies. I have to put Medaso Shiniwin, Medaso Shiniwin, or I can say Medaso. I'll change it right now. Medaso Shiniwin Juman Kensak. 10 plus 4 pennies is 14 cents, or 14 pennies. Nishtana Shananan Juman Kensak is 25 pennies. 25 pennies. 25 individual pennies. Beshgovik Shemadaso Shishanswe Juman Kensak. $1.19. When I was small, back in the day, way back in the day, my mom would.
You were not small.
I was small. Ever got chin gikidok ninako shagana. My mom would give me a nanwobik. A nanwobik. How much is nanwobik? If my mom gave me nanwobik, how much is that? $5. $5. She would give me nanwobik. She says, asna daiwega bgongshan. Ugishne don niche question. Minuato do shabo. She said to me, why don't you go to the store, or I need you to go to the store and go buy 2 breads and a milk, and you could buy yourself a candy with some change. And but but bring back what you're left over. So I would go Pel cheese, give me that one. My king, give me that one. Kings. Schlitter. Mishmina Azi. Mishmina Azi Scotchka, maybe the Tutwana.
No, Adam.
Adam Scotch.
Remember Adam? Adam Kabia?
Kabia, yeah, Adam Corbier, yeah, Kabia. Kabia, the kid, me, Jagarashkida Corbier. So I did that. You wish to do niche question, 2 bread, to do shabo. I she's walking don't sink open. Yeah, you on the shirt. I took it home. Gashko second, give me an andon gashiva. What was left over, I gave to my mother, my late mother. So nanwabik. Okay, where was I? Okay. Nishwabik she nishining, $2.25. Nanwabik she aptwabik, $5.50. Medaso wabik she Jean Smithna she nano joman kensak, $10.75. Back in the day, when we were young, everything was in Anishinaabe. When me and Randy were kids, nobody spoke English. Everybody spoke Anishinaabe. Even the storekeepers in town spoke Anishinaabe. The people at the gas station spoke Anishinaabe. Anishminik, mushkin. That means Anishminik means how much? You're talking about gas now. Mushkin, fill it up, mushkin, or apta. Or you would say, nanobiknik, $5 worth. Nano Nick. My game of that so Nick.
With the card.
Yeah. Was there cards back then?
Ka.
I thought if you looked Indian, you were Indian. Now you need a card. That's how it is. No, huh? Where was I? Oh, good walk.
$20.
We just say good walk for $100, but we could say good walk. Nisawabik. We could say that. Nijwalk 200, Swak 300, Niyok 400, and it goes on. And it goes on. I did them all. Nanawalk, Gudwa Swak, Nisho Swak, Short Swak, Transwalk, Madat Swak. $1,000. Okay. Good walk. She, not midna, she, good walk. So, Jumant can't suck. Good walk is 100 plus 50 plus 6. So, $150.06. Nishwalk, a Shemataswa, a Shananowabik. 200 plus 10 plus $5, that would be $215. Medaswak, she, Nungadaswak, she, Nishanasha, Niwobik. 1,000 plus 600 plus 20 plus 4. $1,624. So all of this, we knew all of this when we were kids. The only thing is we didn't know it in English. That's all, because we didn't speak English. We didn't use English. But they gave us heck for not knowing this in school, but we knew it in the language. They used to beat us up pretty darn good. Okay. Gishnadon. Buy. It's an animate statement. Nin gi gishnadon shkichiman. I have bought a new boat. And then gishnadon, that's for anything that's not alive. Gishnana is animate, anything that's animate. Nin gi gishnana daban. I have bought a car. To us, our car is animate. It's alive. Same with the plane and same with the train. Yeah. So I have bought a car. Here's the sentence. Nin gigishnanan. Makwa gigishnanan beshikigo. Makwa gigishnanan beshikigo. Bear had bought one fish. Esbad gigishnatonan nish jimanan. Esbad gigishnatonan. This is a plural statement. That's a plural statement. And this is also a plural statement. So raccoon has bought 2 boats. Nin gigishnit moa chitamo shkiwigwam. Nin gigishnit moa chitamo shkiwigwam. I have bought Squirrel a new house. So that was my that's what we did in grade 5 and 6 today, I think. Grade 5 and 6, money. And I should do these like 2-3 times a week, over and over again, because I teach them maybe just 1 week or once or twice a week. They forget the next week. They forget because they have nowhere to use this language. They got nowhere to speak this language. The only place they have to speak it is in the classroom. But some people say you should only teach Anishinaabe with no English. But when we were learning English, they took our language and they used it for us to learn English. So that's what I think. I'm going to use your language to teach you a second language, which is Anishinaabe. So I'm going to use your English language to teach you the Anishinaabe language.
That's madness.
That's madness. That's craziness. You not doing that. You're not craziness. Randy, he won't talk to you in English. He's that type of guy. He doesn't like speaking English, especially to me, because he knows I don't listen in English. He knows. He says to me, yeah, especially in English. I'm so stupid in English. Yeah, just kidding. You have any questions? Anybody?
Shashana Kishkwa Wisin.
No.
Nagish, Minag Gulkush, we ask him, Ijin.
Gainanga.
Quena?
Gijibakwe.
Kijibakwe.
Giweshige. I cheated. Na gishamek. Chef Borardi. Kikemano Chibakwenene. Chef Borardi.
We call Nesco Biscana.
We speak time now. We kikun sing be. Kikun with that sack in the manna. I go on the stickets. I go back kicking again. With we could be the winner. Made it sucks. Me this na was moving pin up kindergarten to pin Jebinaman. You can Nisho the Baga stuck. Me go to the deck. You go there. Can that jad this the much you whistling? I don't know. I could say that. Taha.
Kiken dan debom dan squang emzinate sek
Zagiren.
nam awne jagnashi mun eshnikadek Georgian Bay.
Georgina.
Ustodedish na squang
Manda.
Ode squang minis debom managot. Nashnikadewe.
Oh, Mandana.
Begjogji mnishansing nishnabek ishnakada na nash keshagnash nakadan Fritz William Island.
Oh, Fritz William Island. Beshkujgina Minis. Horse Island. Ishnabe call it Horse Island. And
Squang de shode. Ni ode Kchijiman mebedek.
Oh, behind there, that's where the Chijiman goes by. Chijiman, yeah.
Jedish mego madbia nash nakadewe duejung. Manda jet takmik awong na sidbigis kdingana swe na zidan.
Yeah.
Akomgat bish zagjebde takmik nis bededish gdeptandishwe mirish duejung.
Oh, kibisne shette, kibisne, na bingetek, kibis.
Nishte non kibisanje. Yeah. Gosh, mom, the daban we pizito the abdek dabanes magen kushigade se abdekode.
Oh, gnatels to go there. Spano, Ashbek Noe.
Soak zidan akomgat.
Spago. Ik na die we makkoen dan man de scotch na chicken maar we aan pina dan chicken gadi na Queen ma the water is shallow or not too deep Queen ma Kninema is the water is deep Kninema Mamman dan no Kninema odenikya ma pishno chicken Queen ma pinikya
Yeah. You can done. Yeah.
Went down and get in the watch this mina. You go on give me gun this. Give away there, boy.
Na kawin monge go pangis ka memtugoji tan mage kashagna shimtan na dabaj moin ge dabatama na gusengi bona ajinaga
Okay, let's go to money.
Gusengi bola jinaga na gibodam oshmek gibamangzok takmek gusen shobejik kinegin bo gandak Midish longo gi aga Gina ga isko bod ma we gi checka daban go dash.
Gi jeka.
Toga ning gi baja.
Yeah.
Yeah. Toga ning gi baja. Mirish mozgai endat. Kches kana je migo she na was moin tigok. Me goch migo e pichish peming gas get wana kchimegeze. Kchigi gombeneshi. Abjugo gim de doa, gi wapshken de be, gi wapshka len zoanak. Zegat kame gan gokkonek. Mignan zgiket. Je gwek shgi pizza. Ki ken dan go je enda mbapaga dat. Gwek awen je mikan.
Yeah.
Je gwek shgi pizza binish go de ketake na John shi ken ko gadat. Mirish jigi big ne ken gi ne pizza. Gines giket. Gyab je bistish. Binish go de Jacobe Mijen tam bejik sonagan temgak. Mish gana to goshnashe gi wap ma bejik gi gumpne shi gi nuwaza. Gi nuwaza. Mish go mirish go nin botga. Kago mamda ge go wishing ya. Kaya ge go gi nap de son gi mo wen go agan. Migo gin mo migo gaigo gi shito siwi na zgeket. Mish go gin botga. Gi wikwe bnadish nana dagnage gi ya beshik biskogan gi wikwe bnadish we mish gi bozak mish go gi bigia nama ba gi gomdeshi abjish go gimdeda ko ya we mirish gi gidya beshik gi no na get pizza gdalno gondana odana waskin ga yama ba get pizza nene and dog kida gegon kuimin dana gego danjin da we min nandana naha bitagoshnan ga gi kida mishki shanunga mishki maji dok wo chigi gombreshi mirish go gi mot gitsak nangwe wabo ning gitsa wo pi mirish gi mot mirish onesh endo min ginadish Jinexego egshe bong gibugnon go kida. Ge beje ma ni sa jong. Abju negaso ko de. Nibnen bok binojink kida. Jimshke ken signa kida. Mirish gagazet. Shit matsen beshik webis kamen. Gidibang. Gema ikugi biskananen. Mignan. Nash beshik yiwai nan mava na is door day kida. Miwa nong wishit moat nen. Bibis kangen de bang mava gema. Gibigi gitawa egshe bang kida. Guy me goch mamdan jishit tongi nadish kida. Guy zam goya mignak yasyok minash. Guy goya kendagz si Anishinaabemowin napa. Maba beneshi wendan gogan dak mignak kida. Mirishgi tetyaku gaya mishgi minak maba nen. Chebeneshi mish ganjumut. Abjugi mami kwendam. Gabashit goshin obeneshi. Minash geni gabodama. Mandak nibna benojik. Signa we njemshkeke.
No. Nibna benojik. Signa owe. Mishkeke. Mishkeke. I can say mushkeke or mishkeke. Either way, dialect difference. Odawa Mana. Odawa.
Ja.
Yeah.
Yabush Gobungi Dan Uran Kos Danche. Mirish Nongo Gips Kabia. Ye aboa Jock Nok Nisha cook. Kujingi Skok Jokan that me bin ganaks to become. Miss Gia what be shika. Miss Imachi cook. Kujing dan Jup Konak. Kaigo Kujing, we go mess with the tem good Kujing. I'm just gonna go change Shopkis Gan set them cook.
We go mess with Bamba.
Me way.
The apartment.
Me way. Me shaggy ton, me shan Jup Konia. Me the ski much time. You much time. Konak Maba Amek. Gosh, go mom dago, go mom da. Weep Konia. Me go. Min gui de gabba jibde gwen and then me go gasha jigak ndoshkish good. Gaigo ngisto sin we debom dama mokaman zam nivnam bish migessen unen degna endingan den endamdash. Dach kujingi kenap mirish gi ke migo chenma mabungo se gibon botchit mina mabugi go bneshi Giberhat Minash Yimindit that we imagine no go the wasaxing now what's gonna go Gimi go chen Dutch man dekina Gabajebs Mishko Bungip Kanigi Ginen Yimejia Mishko Good boogie sauce Dunzeka Bejiquip Konok Maba Amek Non godash Sweat boogie sauce Ginzeka Mi go en zam gikchen jaga non skishgon. Mi wega je bak nango. Ab jishigo gimi go chen dama na gana awene na bim botche go ganda gaba ma jaat na.
Ja, bin botchko. Galen go kidok. Anishinaabek. Give it this go, kiddo. Give it this sick. Clement Schwobajat, give in the mark. Give it this sick da. Mum nagikida. Given bochik, mum nagikida. Schwobajat, maybe na. Niswe Nisha Sugishgum. Give a shout, given bochikun and gikida. Give in the mark the Skashwebuk. Midishuna win gunage Kimajat, Keskana. What about Kituk Galan? You go Bishkuna Nosba Joe, Gakida. The Bega Mungo and that take a Mickey take with an Gilake. Gibat na she Gibajao, Nituk. Now the Shiki command Gibajat, Ronnie Waki Gishik Gibaja. You've been Benedo in Keshe, Gibigano, and then Niduk. Kai going to get the Boba Men Mogusi, the Nan. Could have been the Kelmago, Miraketo, could have been the Kelmago, Gikidok. We just go get Shaggy Maji Sheet Tat. Kelmago Gigo don't shrimps to go, Obi skunk Pimachat. Mina and Gib Coines game, Hit about Tan. Get about Jaman Nin, Minana, the Queb Minan, the Benoji Muck. A Shabati Nuk says Zagudin, Gikida. Gashabati Nuk says Zagudin. Ninchgeni. Gangi Azino Kida, Zabgi Pane Gigishquebi, Zapanegi Bambi, Gangi Migo Sino Zankit with Kikida. They were sure. You have to be Ishkini, what when I get you up to be Panega. Can I go here? They go most like can I go here? You are we might square up Pane. So, did you guys understood what we talked about? Bungie?
Somebody was always drunk.
Our parents are always drunk. Yeah, our parents are always drunk when we were younger. So, Konak. I wrote Konak on here. Let me say then when he's skinning them, cutting them off. Who knows what this guy is? So where's this guy? Where did I put him? Gigo ke beneshi. Gibin borchik. Who knows what a gigo ke beneshi is? I've told this story before.
An eagle.
An eagle, megasa, the bald-headed eagle, gigo ke beneshi. They're all gigo ke beneshi, all those eagles. And one time I was at a lake here in southern Ontario, just a small little wee lake. And in that lake was a perch and some bass in that lake. How do they get there? How do you think they got there? And they're in the middle of nowhere. There's a little Zhaabwiitoo'daa, and all those fish are there. Who brought those fish there? How did they?
JR says Geminido.
Tell me no.
They for JR and Jai, I would say they were inside the boat. And then the Beneshi would fly by and drop that boat in the water, and in that boat was Waganon, fish eggs, and that's how the fish got in there. It's not too scientific enough for you guys? Just kidding. But Gigo Kevineshi, fishing bird, the Megaza. We know him. That's what the old people used to call him. We never called him Megaza. I don't know why. Megaza, that doesn't even really sound. Meganagaza Kidokalin. Remember that word, Meganagaza? He looks odd. He looks different from the rest of us. So maybe that's where that Megaza came from, because he was different and odd from the rest of the birds. Megaza. Meganagaza. I remember one time I was in Wiki and I played bingo, and my cousin Gene gave me an extra $10 to buy the special, the jackpot special. So I bought two more jackpot specials. And Pete Mendor, come on, Pete.
Yeah.
Pete. His mother goes in give Kenhagen gooding. Dick Shigonomic. Tunigi and Digo. Schop Kenhagen gooding. Mish jackpot them not now. Tajin the Tadunok and get the Lemon in the Tadunok. Mishugona. Gaman Jip Kenagi on jackpot now. Gaman Jip Kenagi on jackpot. Now 1,200, the much Jip Kenagi paid that night. Bingo. Now this Gino and Dog Tabach Mot na get Kajik na Wabang na, but by Agana Wikopum. Only some Kenagi jackpot Chinago Kidok. Where they are. I get Ken Masina Kidok. Show him Meganagaze. I look different from the music now. Me, I cannot. No.
So is anyone interested in that story that I said?
It's all
Nikki,
it's all written here. Most of it, anyways. I couldn't do all of it. It was talking too fast. I just broke it up.
We can't see it.
Can't see it. What bologna sandwich? Hold on. Let's see if I can get it.
Okay, I thought that was the only one that couldn't see it. I was like,
what the
Great.
bologna sandwich?
Yeah. What the bologna sandwich? Okay. Can you see it now?
yes.
Yeah.
I mean,
Everybody can see that? I always do. Let me know if you can't see it. That way I'm
Yep.
Okay.
I thought my screen froze, so I was like, I'm not gonna say anything.
Guisien Gibwana Chinago. That's what he said. Doganing. What's more with the gong, something about what's going with the gong, then the Gigo Beneshi. Jouek gi pizza. Jigbik in a pizza. Netum Sonagan, Netum Sonagan. Beneshi Gin Gogaza. Win Bogo. Gibigiana, Maba, Chipineshi. Yeah, go quick meaning. Give me. I think that's the give me none. Knos van de Kiminana. Knos no.
Uneshwe gaminak.
Una Chipineshi.
Ka getchipi zit na waskinaga.
Get your pinigit waskanaga. Waskinaga.
Yeah. Wa waskinaga galin kidok waskinaga.
Waskinaga.
Berchalin.
Oh, waskinaga. Yeah, okay, now. No, waskinaga. Yeah, waskinaga. Now, so this is some of it that he said. I'll let him talk about it. We let him talk.
A few days, two nights ago, I had dreamt that there were hundreds of young people that died and were laying on the ground, and among them was my son that died back in July. And when I had awoken that morning, yesterday morning, I was a little bit bothered, I guess. So I decided, because I wanted to stay home yesterday, I decided to get on my four-wheeler and go and check my trap line. And on my way to the trap line, just as I neared my dad's house, a big, humongous eagle flew out of the bush about as high as the hydro pole and flew as far as my Uncle John's, which is about 2 kilometers, real low above me, in front of me on the four-wheeler. And he flew into the forest, and I kept riding, and I was going about speed limit. And then when I got to Jocko Bay, where my first trap was, there was an eagle that had been trapped in one of my traps, dead, well, dying. And I tried to revive him, but I couldn't. So I quickly wrapped him up in one of my extra jackets that I carry. I wrapped him up and I came back home, and I called an elder that I knew, and I asked him if he was going to be home because I have something for him. And he said, yes, I'll be home. So this morning I went to go see him, and when I got to his house, and I had rewrapped the eagle in a Pendington blanket, and he started crying because he had just received a call that morning from a chief down south, and there was young children that were dying from overdose of bad street drugs. And the elders had told him that he needs to identify himself to the community as a leader, as the chief, and that he should get a bonnet, feathers made for him, for his office, for the community, to identify his role in the community. And he had asked his elder that morning to make one for him. And the elder says, because of COVID, he is unable or not aware of anyone that might have an eagle for him to make such a thing for that chief. And then when he opened the blanket, he started crying because he couldn't believe how this eagle was coming to him. And then he was very thankful, and he gave me some medicine. And then when I came home, I have still a lot of animals that I have to skin from my trap line. So I thought I'd better get cracking and catch up on my skinning. So I built this little shack beside my house. It has a little tiny heater in it. It can't be too warm when I'm skinning, but just warm enough so I don't get cold. And then as I'm skinning, tons and tons of water came out of my eyes, and I couldn't understand why. why am I crying, or why is my eyes leaking so bad? So I had to stop because I couldn't even see through the tears or through the water that was coming out of my eyes, and I could feel it going down my cheeks, and it was almost like it was freezing on my cheeks because it was a little bit cold in there. So I looked outside and I gave thanks for my son coming to visit me. I gave thanks for the eagle that came and for me to take it to the elders. And now it has a purpose in another purpose in its life, even though it's died. And then it reminded me that even though the physical things in our life, I mean, the living things in our life, if they die, they have a purpose after they die. And that's what it reminded me of that eagle. So after giving much thanks, I started to go back to my skinning. And normally it would take me almost an hour to skin one big beaver. But today it took me 3 hours to skin one beaver. But it was still a very good day. That was my story.
Yep, that was a good story. Zhaabwiitoo'daa. 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 Whoa. Zhaabwiitoo'daa. Story.
Someone, when I was being driven to Birch Island, I was shared a story about the person that was driving me had told me that she dreamt of my son also, and that this person had lost a child also, and that she dreamt that my son and her son were playing with each other, and that they were talking about angels and how they are now assigned to being angels, and that my driver was saying that she was also described as being an angel. So I asked her in English, because that's all she speaks. I asked her, what does it mean in the Western world to say, to be called an angel even though you're alive? Because in my culture, in Anishinaabemowin, if you are to say Ajenes is only a word that's used for someone that has gone to the spirit world. And Ajenes only, that word only belongs to the spirit world people, not to the living people. So I asked, why would you use angel to describe yourself when you're alive? Because in our culture, in our language, we don't do such things, that we don't take other respect and put it on ourselves. Do you understand?
Gnesatan. Do you understand? Gnesat. Kuta. Ne. Sustan. No. Do you understand? Do you understand? Eh? Eh? I could put eh. Do you understand? So Anshines, yeah, that's angel. Anshines. But there were some women that were called Ajen. Remember Ajen?
Yeah.
Ajen.
Argenique.
Arsenic. Yeah, arsenic.
Argen is short.
Yeah, arsenic.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was her name. Arsenic. There's a lot of good Anishinaabe names that they just pop in my head now and then. As I'm
Bena.
honest.
Bena is Benjamin.
I think what's Benjamin again?
Bena.
Dena.
Yeah. Bena.
Dena. I know Tenes is Teresa.
Tanes is Teresa.
Tenes, yeah.
Zozep
Zozep.
is Joseph.
Boka. Panaswe. I thought
Who's
Panaswe was Francis or Ben.
Francis.
Panaswe. Nixon.
Yeah. Besan is Basil.
Besan. Now I gave a Shikuish Nakazakwe. Pagad.
Bagan.
Yeah, Pagad. What's the one I gave you in Jabo? Pagad, Gishnakazakwe.
Bagan is a burr.
Pagad. Lloyd couldn't give a child. Oh, Shataha. Too many memories there. My uncle was a bad fella. Gibadze. All my uncles were bad. Gibadzok. They're all mischievous people. All my grandfathers. The Shauna name back in the day was a bad group of people you didn't want to be around with. Back in the day, we were bad influence on other people. Back in the day. That's because of my grandfather, Alois Gibadze. I don't know where his brother was in Ginabishing. Alois, I can't remember his brothers. Who was James Jauna? Victoria Jauna, but we think James Jauna. You get cool, you're a short man. Jauna, Gishnakaza. We are Kashikin what now? James, or something like this, they would say back in the day. James.
Yeah.
Something like that. Now I'm getting to watch Matakwa. Emric Shawachaba, get to watch Matakwa.
Yeah.
Emric was another elder, very good, well-known elder as he got older in his age. Keep up skapidem, but keep up skapidem with the Anishinaabe Adzuin. It all came back as a Anishinaabe culture, way of life. See, we knew everything when we were small, but now as we're getting older, it's starting to come back to us. But when he told that, talk about angel. But you don't get it, and then it taken. Just that's the words like that we're not supposed to use. No, how?
Ich bin Kujing Bayain. Abjuga na Winpanet Win Jimin Man Anishinaabemowin. Ich bin Kujing Bamsein Kina Gadodabatanen Bematse Magak Kujing Pichamasei.
Ich bin Kujing Bayain. If you're around, if outside you're around the elements, can we go skap everything comes back. Kayaman, what you had. Pichin mandaganan webzook. This happens to some people. Kaigi Nishnabem silk, they don't speak Nishnaabe. But they come and talk to them. Nishnaabe Mokundak, and they speak in the language. They don't understand them. I'll tell you a little story. When I was living in Niagara Falls, and people were just starting to know me that I'm able to speak and write the language. And there was a house down by Mount Rose Road. It was an old house. And the people inside that house said there were spirits in the house and that they didn't speak English. So they got a hold of me And next time you hear them, I said, write what they say phonetically. Write what you hear phonetically. At first they thought they were Mohawk because there was Mohawk all in that area. But so they wrote what they think they heard they said was they wrote it phonetically, and I read it. It says Zhaabwiitoo'daa. Zhaabwiitoo'daa. That's Sugar Island. Sugar Island. Ni yeme. We want to go home. That's what they wrote. So these were little boys, little kids that were took it from their home and brought down this area. So and they wanted to go home. So I never went to that place, but that's what they said. Ni yeme. We want to go home. Zhaabwiitoo'daa, Minis Sugar Island, or was it Makwa Island, Bear Island? One of those islands, anyways. That's a long time ago. That's about 25 years ago. So, and Anishinaabe. This happens to a lot of Anishinaabe. A lot of the ancestors will come to them and speak to them in the language. And they don't know what they're saying. So they'll come to people like myself, like Randy and other elders, to ask if you can write it phonetically, and then if sound it out, then we'll probably put it all together and let you know what they're saying. It's like a lot of people get their spirit names now, all in English. Everything is conducted in English, and they don't know what their spirit names means in the language. So again, they come to people like myself, Randy, and other elders. Can you translate what my name? And the first thing we say is, was it done in the language? They said no. I says, okay, so it doesn't mean nothing, we say. Anishinaabe, you have to do what the Anishinaabe did. How they how they used to give names like that. But usually it was the grandfather's job to give you a name, Mishomis. That's what my Mishomis did. He gave us our Anishinaabe names. Just like I gave all my grandchildren their Anishinaabe names, except for two. I named Wasquabish, Nikki's son, after my brother, Wasquabish. That's his name. So I named him Wasquabish, shining, glistening water. But I think it's some kind of a bird because we're bird clan. Howard, my brother, is Kishman, which is the kingfisher. And I'm Merlin, which is the falcon hawk. That's my name, falcon hawk, KK. Yeah. So, and my grandfather named some more of my cousins, their Anishinaabe names, Metsuzagi, which means coming onto the lake, Metsuzagi, Ricky, Metsuzagi. Tajin is Tajin. Migos, was it Migos or Shkimat? Shkimat, I think Darren or Shkimat. Yeah. So, did ZB say Ani? ZB. Ani. What's your favorite color? Giniwande. Hey, Nishin. My favorite color is Minande. Minande. Oh, my shippy check. You guys wanna? I'm gonna see if I can do this. Ta-da-da. Ta-da-da. Where am I going? Mumpy, I'm coming over here, and I'm going down here. Bring that down. And Mondan Kagabakon, Monda. How do you make that big? Oh, I have to stop this first. And then I go. Then I go here.
Oh, there's everybody.
Oh, yeah, there's everybody. Okay, let's. There's some questions here on chat. Where's my producer, Jai King Green? What's the questions?
Oh, I don't. Cinda, I'm talking. So I accidentally typed something in, but I didn't know how to delete it, so ignore that. If you go down further, I just said, who else has an Anishinaabe name?
Anishinaabe name?
Yeah.
Anishinaabe Jinkazit. Anishinaabe Jinkazwin. Noswin came from the English word name, from when we were given names back in the day, when they took away our Anishinaabe names and they gave us English names, like Trido. Mr. Trido, is his family's name was taken away because Trido is a Wemtukushi name. It's a French name. My name, Jauna, is still, it means Southwind. It's still an Anishinaabe name. We never lost our name. But only we were given those Christian names. My name is James. James. I don't know how Christian Randy is. Okay, so that's what happened back in the day. Our true names were taken away. And and we were given French names: Pelche, Toulouse, Trudeau. What else? There's more French names in our Anishinaabe world. We're given those names.
Toulouse.
Toulouse. Yeah, Toulouse. Yeah. Okay, what was I doing? Okay, any more questions? Anyone else want to ask a question? Here's the C chords. Ani C chords.
Ani, kid.
Kinanda yatke, Randy.
Say Ani.
Web Jong Gundakiauk. Web Jong.
Web Jong.
You guys live in Little Current, right? Web Jong? Yeah, Web Jong.
Mabagani Ocean.
Yeah, Randy's grandchild, Ocean. Ani, Yimas.
Say Ani. Charles. Shnakaza. Ani. Okay. Bama.
Run around. Then dogs have some fun. There's my little girl right there, Nikki. She's not little anymore. She's becoming a Dimoy. No.
Hi, Nikki.
Ani.
Ani. Kitchen endam na nangwa.
Chinendam.
Abjugo gdo jobingwen.
Zombingwed.
Yeah.
Yeah, abjugo
don't
gdo
know what that is.
jobingwe. Ken da gdo chinend man. Mage gdo one and mama bugnos.
He says you have a big smile. You can tell you're in a happy mind, or you think that your father is silly.
I am Depthany. So Chinendam. I just finished my medium.
Oh, did you eat sinin?
Senin kimijnen.
Baka Quen Boop.
Oh, baka kwembo.
Oh, no, rabbit soup. Rabbits are nice and fat and fluffy when you first get them. When you bring them home, you take them all apart and it's just this little skinny little thing. Yeah.
Kind of like how you used to be.
Yeah. Good day, Boygor. You are right. Now, we got 13 chat. Any more questions? Who's
Who's ready to go on the trap line?
We're all still on lockdown, but I wish.
That's horrible.
Well, we probably could go next year once I have my stove put in, once I have my siding finished, once I have my mizigamik mess put in, all that stuff. Then we can go up there in the wintertime and go on Randy's 4x4 or skidoo. Depends on how much snow we get next year. Chukabangi gun minoabe. Not too much snow. Bangi, not much. Not like it used to be back in the day. Chukukina for snow when it's high.
Spagnaga.
Spaganaga, yeah. Spaganaga. Apachuka Spaganaga. That means deep snow. Spaganaga. That's Spadina too. Spadina. Spinagus. That's up in the high area. Spadina in Toronto. Hey, kid, what are you doing? I could do that too. Hold on. Can't find my things though.
So Jed, you live in Little Current?
Yeah, yep.
Yeah,
So you're not far from my trap line.
I don't think so.
Do you live in town in the Ode now or outside?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
right in
right
town?
on, just as you come into town on Highway 6.
Oh,
Kind
yeah?
of across
You're right.
from,
You're right by Tim Hortons then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, is that place busy?
Yeah.
Depends on the time of day.
Oh, like Giuseppe in the morning,
Yeah.
And
And
evening?
after work.
right after work. Yeah. It's nice that we don't have to go to Espanola anymore to go to Timmy's. We just go to Espanola to get chicken. Pakakwe.
Yeah.
Yeah, you people in the south don't know the struggle.
We have to
Go
travel.
35 minutes to grab your
we-
coffee.
We have to travel 45 minutes for coffee in Pakakwe for chicken to go to Espanola. And don't go there on check day because they run out of chicken on check day. That's what they say. Don't go to Espanola on check day. All those Indians come down and eat all the chicken.
I worked at Value Mart. Today actually wasn't too bad for baby bonus day.
Oh yeah, is it? I forgot. I don't do baby bonus day anymore. I'm like, so I remember back in the day, it was only like $60 or $20 per child. Now it's like 200. Remember, it's a money-making business. Just have 6 kids, you're set for life. You don't have to work. Oh, it's a lot of work, 6 kids. We raised 4 kids. Noogame, makadewabo. Noogame. It tastes good, the black liquid coffee. Kagame, which means, what are you drinking there? Is that one of those?
Starbucks.
What is it?
Starbucks.
Is it coffee, or is it one of those drinks?
It's a fancy coffee.
A what?
A fancy, like it's called an Irish cream cold brew.
So a
How do you-
Starbucks for us is an hour and a half drive.
How do you know it's not Muslim? It's Irish. I've
What?
never
What'd you
tasted
say?
Irish coffee.
It's just the taste, like the flavoring. I mean, I can't really describe it. It's good, but
You said it tastes like Irish.
anyways.
I've never bitten an Irish person. I don't think Randy never trapped an Irish person either. Not in his trap line, anyways.
And I thought going like 20 minutes, like a 20-minute drive to get Starbucks was bad. An hour and a half.
We don't have
Do
no.
it.
We have no. Sudbury is the last Starbucks. Sudbury. There's none in Espanola, or you have to go to Sault Ste. Marie to get
It's
Starbucks.
probably closer to an hour 45 because it's an hour and a half to get to Walmart at the edge of town, and then you got to go kind of in through Sudbury. So about an hour 45 to get a Starbucks.
See? That's why it tastes so good when you get it.
You got to work to get it.
You gotta drive. You gotta drive. And the kids are saying, you didn't get enough donuts. Get us some donuts. We gotta go to Timmy's. There's no donuts at Starbucks, is there? No. No. Ka. Ka is no. And is yes. Ka. And. Or what else is ka? Kaween. Gaween. And nahau is okay. Okay, nahau. No, I'm British. Okay, let's go then. I'm British. Shut up. Let's go then. What's I gonna do? Okay. Oh yeah, I forgot. Habakkuk.
No. Keenan has a question.
Who? Canada?
My nephew Keenan.
Keenan, I told you. Keenan.
Majan, come here.
That's what that means.
Okay.
Keenan, I told you. What's your question, Keenan?
What is a dinosaur name?
You guys speak up. We can't hear you. He's old.
What is a dinosaur name?
What's a dinosaur name?
And
Yeah.
Anishinaabe.
Oh, it's King Jai.
So,
It's King Jai, and some of them are green. Yeah. It'll be a chigete, wisiek. The old animals. Chigete is the very old, ancient wisiek animals. Chigete, wisiek. Some people will say chigete katkanebik, an old snake with legs, which is a dinosaur. That's the best I can.
I thought snake was not Nodway.
That's I don't know where people got that story. Knebik, not the way Knebuk. What's that all about? I've heard it maybe once or twice.
Gawi kan nun zin nadwe awet na ginebik.
Now what the now she wagon. That's the rattlers. Maybe that's the only sound that I can think of, because you guys would start your songs with shakers. Oh, I remember the story. The 7 prophecies came because Anishinaabe used to be on the East Coast, and the prophecies came and said, you guys have to move inland because the light-skinned colored people are coming, they said. And we said, okay. So it's called the 500-year journey. So we started to move inland. Some of us stayed behind, like the Mi'kmaq, the Dene, and other Anishinaabe, they stayed behind. And but as long as we were walking along the St. Lawrence River got smaller and smaller, and we had to make new paths, or we saw these little paths, and we started to take them. And then we didn't know at the time there were more like different kind of Indians, but we were walking on this little path, and then we stepped on one of them's hand. We stepped on one of the Mohawks' hand. We stepped on his hand, and he said, "Yeah!" And then when we lift our foot up, they said, "Whee!" Sorry, John. Well, what? If there's any Mohawks out there, I'm sorry.
That still doesn't explain Nodaway.
Yeah.
Nadwe, to me, you sound different. It's a different sound. Nadwe. Kan Nadwe. He sounds different than us. Kan Nasap Noesi. Kan Nadwe. Noe, Nadwe. I have a different sound. Like if my car is running rough, ma Nadwe. It's running rough. It's not running good. Ma Nadwe. Ma Nadwe. G-man Nucky.
Okay. Keenan missed what you said about the dinosaur because he ran out of the room.
Gete, wesiek. Big old animals. We have no other word for them. You have to describe them because we're descriptive people. Gete, very big, gete, old, wesiek animals. Gete, wesiek. It's like me and Randy. Randy's praying. Looks like he's praying. Gaina.
Na gebizdon ekdin nash dom jemendan geni gibinoji swya uizens giawiya gishkenond ma ba na jichi bdaki nanga eskenmak gaje bugum shkamagak jenda wicked win guys we cash ndegi asi wa jichi bdaki unesh edming gigo edenaba daswe ngitsbonges gigo edenaba dash unesh kegna edming we wicked win winners win jichi bdaki kinch kabugusen men kena we konomo dogandak edming we Zhaabwiitoo'daa.
Gaigo opportunity can zid. Ejen nesat tamasigo geni. Pigego with apanaman gijang tekna. Jam dashwudana. Gaigo the cool see with everyman of the Zhaabwiitoo'daa kido. Zhaabwiitoo'daa, which means na sit dancing of the Kuitaki, of the Quina Kushibikta. No Kushibikta. Jibikta, this the Zhaabwiitoo'daa kido. Mi dishmaba, Wesi ganam kit, skittam giwa maga, sitman pinakia. Gina and just chigengego and just shunuma gengego. Wesi na knego nuchego nantkia. Mabash gena gimmase, skong sitten. Skong sitten what the giabjaka, ginaniber, Zhaabwiitoo'daa, ginaniber. Mi dish gang wet, and just nakataga, Zhaabwiitoo'daa. Kubishkogana, a chicken no big goet. A chicken no big goet. Nikki, would you know what Chicanobi goet is? What kind of animal that is? It's not from here.
Say it again, slower.
Chicanobi goet. Chicanobi goet. It's this animal. His feet are down here. It's got long feet, but his head's way up here. And that from his head to his body is very long. That's Kanobi.
Is it giraffe?
Kunobi was the giraffe. We had a police officer, Anishinaabemowin police officer. We called him Kunobi Gabo. Remember him? Long neck Gabo. We had a long neck because he's always looking around like this. Kunobi. So we gave him a name. And we had a principal in grade school. She was a nun. And we called her Cuckoo Chance. We called her Cuckoo Chance because she had a nose and it was like this. So we named her Cuckoo Chance, which means little pig. So every time we're playing outside, we would say to ourselves, "Hey, Cuckoo Chance," and then we would all try to speak English. We didn't want her to catch us speaking Anishinaabe, or else we go into the office, and then you know what we would get? We would get the belt for speaking Anishinaabe. Well, recess. We would get that belt. And every morning in grade school, the PA system, if you heard your name on the PA that morning, you have to go to the office and you know you're getting the belt. Theodore Reckler told me a story. The first day he went to school, he was 10 minutes late. And then his teacher sent him to the principal's office for being late. And the very first day at school, within 15 minutes, he got the strap. He told me that story when he went to grade school back in Wiki back then. He was in the same class as we were, I think. No, how? So that's how we were, because we didn't speak any English at all. Anishinaabemowin. And a lot of our fluent speakers are starting to die off like crazy. They're all at that age, and we're reaching that age too. So our future lies within Nikki, within Jai, within Caitlin, within and Kathy here, Jameson. All you guys are wanting to grab that culture, wanting to grab that way of life, wanting to grab that language. And we're doing the best I can. And it's really nice that you guys offer Randy to come to these sessions. It helps, and it's for you guys to hear the language. And Randy, he has many stories. He's a good he's a good storyteller. And his stories are from fact, not from fiction. I'm Mr. Fiction. I'm Mr. Liar. I am Gibadis. Just kidding.
Goop this.
Goop this? Is that what you said? This. He said goop this. Oh my bologna sandwich.
Ani.
Oh,
There's JR. There's a Nodaway over there. Look. There's a Nodaway.
can't see my videos in and out. Like,
Debo ma nadwe o the squang nani bwe.
Nodaway. The only time when he hears that word when we talk, he goes, "Oh, they're talking about me." I heard Nodaway, he said.
Ani JR.
Honey,
Anishinaabe.
yeah.
How are you?
I'm good.
No, I'm great. I'm great.
Nishin.
I was gonna say Yo Yanale, but you probably wouldn't know that one.
The other way? Okay, I look the other way.
Is that
Look the
attached to
other way.
lost medalist?
Jonathan, you need to come over and we could go ice fishing and have a fish fry again. Did you hear me?
Ice, I see islands and blue skies.
Yeah, that's me. That's at my house.
Is everybody else invited to go ice fishing too, or?
Absolutely. Everybody else. Absolutely.
I've never been ice fishing, so.
You should bring a big hook and then we'll catch a big chunk of ice for you.
And we'll put a fish in
Say
there.
hi to Randy.
Oh, there he is right there.
Say Ani, Randy.
Ani.
Randy, that a girl, that a quiz-ass. Are you a quiz-ass or whiz-ass?
You know, Randy took ZB through her first cave in the saucer trails. up
Cup and
there.
saucer.
Cup and saucer. He dropped her down a little cave and she loved it.
Yeah, Randy was taking us on a hike, and he goes in this little cave where like the crack is like just a couple feet big.
My fatness had a hard time getting through there.
It was almost like Winnie the Pooh. JR almost didn't get out. But he went down in this cave and he puts his arms up. He goes, "Okay, hand me ZB." And she jumped right in. She was so excited. She went into this little cave.
Yeah. And Nikki's the reason I built my outdoor outhouse really fast. I never told that story. That's your story. I'll leave it at that. It's funny.
I'll tell it.
It's funny as heck, though.
So I went to visit my dad before he had an outhouse, and all he had was a big hole to go to the bathroom in. It was a big hole dug in the ground. And I thought, how am I supposed to do this? So one morning I had to go to the bathroom, and we can't just shoot and aim. We have to bend down. So anyways, I'm trying to go and I fall in the hole. I was like a cat. Like as soon as I touched the bottom, I jumped back up. I don't even know how I did it. But anyways, the next day, then he makes for his friend that was there, he makes a toilet out of a bucket and a camping chair with a hole in it. I wish, why couldn't you do that earlier? Anyways, and so that was Wiki Powwow weekend, and then I was dancing in intertribal, and I don't know how many people came up and danced beside me and said, "Oh, we heard about the poo hole or the pee hole falling down in the hole." He told everybody at the powwow.
Oh, the good old days. That's funny. Oh, there's a story you can tell your grandkids when you grow up. Where were your great grandfather? This is what he did. Oh my God, that's funny. That was funny. Okay, so what I was going to do, I'm not going to have time to do. Okay, so how many people we got? We got Anishinaabemowin.
There are a lot of stories I share on Facebook. Also, if some of you are not on my friends list on Facebook, you can view them on Male's Facebook, because I usually tag him on the Anishinaabe stories while I'm on the trap line or gill netting or hunting.
Oh, yeah, that's really nice.
Because I do a lot of land-based traditional teachings all over Ontario and the States. So sometimes when I'm out there, I'll grab the video camera and start videotaping whatever I'm doing. And then I'll tag Male in it, and he shares it with all his friends. Because I always say the land is the best hospital that any one of us can ever go to. She'll look after us. She treats us good with whatever aches and pains, or whenever we need medicine, she's always there. She provides, and I'm always teaching that in the language, how great it is to be on the land and learning from her and being, you know, taking care of her. So view them when they're on Male's channel there. Some words you may recognize, some words you may not.
Yeah, there's another gentleman, one of our cousins. His name is Jacob Wemingos. I think does he work for the Wicomican Heritage Committee organization?
I'm not sure where he works anymore, but
he does a lot of little Anishinaabe on Facebook too. So I took one of them today, and I translated into. I made a little video because he only writes. So I made a little video, an audio, so you can hear and see what he's saying in the language. So I translated that into. Well, he translated, but I just said it in the language. I mean, I made a little video out of it, and it's about all the people, all the young people that are taking drugs, and all our graveyards are getting filled up with the young people from taking the drugs. And they say, we will leave this bad medicine alone. Guys just stop and and they don't stop taking it, and they get killed by it. That's what he talked about. I liked it. So, but people have trouble reading the language also. And it's nice to hear it as you're reading it. I really like doing that part. I like doing that part. I do many of those videos like that. You can go to YouTube and just press my name, not James, but Mawla Shauna, MAWLA on YouTube. And I have a whole website full of Anishinaabe stuff, all kinds of stuff. And in the language, mostly, I speak in the language a lot. On Shepichak.
7:30.
7:30. Miigwech Jai King Green.
Miigwech Jai King Green.
Elizabeth Underhill. Namke. Namagitake. Under the hill. Namagitake. Underhill.
Jed, if you ever want to go fishing and you're nearby, give me a call.
I was Lexi's teacher. She was in kindergarten when you guys left, right? Was she in kindergarten or grade 1?
I think she was there until grade 4.
Grade 4? Oh, yes.
Kindergarten.
Students.
She was there till 4. Kira was grade 2, and then she did a little bit of kindergarten.
Yeah, she was in kindergarten when you guys left kindergarten. Somebody was in kindergarten. How many? You got 4 kids now, eh? 3 girls and a boy.
5.
5. Holy baloney! Wow, little Clarence, good to you. Nothing else better to do in that town. Just kidding.
Well, we have a Tim Hortons now.
Okay, that's keep you busy. And we have.
Hey, how do you say king in Ojibwe?
Sonia, Fiona, Kathy, Jamie, son, Katarina, Sabado. What kind of last name is that? Sabado.
Italian.
It's German. It means Saturday, actually, in Polish.
Oh, so Polish.
Oh, do you understand Polish?
No, German.
You understand German?
Mhm.
Oh, it means Saturday. Sabado. Okay, we have Catherine and we have Nikki. Okay, Caitlin and Melissa Carter. Okay,
Shauna,
what?
oh, make sure you go check your door.
Was that you?
Yep.
Did you just knock on my door?
No, but there's something waiting out there for you.
Oh, is that bologna? That's
The candy.
the best gift you can get me is that bologna stick from Maple Leaf.
I'll remember that for next time. Miigwech, Bamapi.
Miigwech.
He's gonna go check his door now. He can't even wait.
I want to see what's at the door. KFC.
KFC. Is it KFC?
An upgrade, an upgrade from KFC. Sushale. Miigwech, nyawe. Miigwech, thank you. Oh boy. Now I'm gonna have a second meal.
Miigwech, Bamapi.
Miigwech.
Naha, miigwech, bamamina.
Miigwech.
See?
Woman.
Nindagzik, have fun.
Glitch. Thamapi.
Enjoy your chicken.
Enjoy your chicken.
Monkey.
Mama, please, mama.
Come on, big woman.